Yo, what is going on, boys, and welcome to the WWE Universe Mode Episode 1 series. So, yeah, the Universe Mode series, this is Episode 1, and yeah, so as you can see on the screen right now, I have all of the wrestlers that have been drafted to Raw. You can see all of the wrestlers that have been drafted to Raw. So yeah, we've got Alba Fire, Akira Tozawa, Asuka, Apollo Crews, Becky Lynch, Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed, Brutus Creed, Candice LeRae, Chad Gable, Chelsea Green, Cody Rhodes, Dakota Kai, Damian Priest, Dexter Lumis, Dom Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, Eric, Finn Balor, Giovanni Vinci, Gunther, Indy Hartwell, Isla Dawn, Ivar, Ivy Nile, JD McDonough, Jey Uso, Jinder Mahal, Johnny Gargano, Julius Creed, Katana Chance, Caden Carter, Kofi Kingston, Liv Morgan, Ludwig Kaiser, Maxine Dupree, The Miz, Natalia, Nikki Cross, Otis, Piper Niven, R-Truth, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, Ricochet, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Shayna Baszler, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sonya Deville, Tegan Nox, Tommaso Ciampa, Valhalla, and Zoe Stark. So they're all the people that have been drafted to Raw. In a future video, maybe tomorrow or the next day, we will be bringing out another episode, and it will be SmackDown, and we'll be going over who's in SmackDown as well. So yeah, but nonetheless, in today's video, we have got some crazy lineups. So, in the first, I'm not going to say all of the matches, because I want to keep it kind of, I want to keep it kind of off the bowl. So, yeah, I'm only going to tell you a few. So, in one match, we have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is basically a tournament. All of these matches today and every match leading up to pay-per-views will be matches that are fighting for titles, and if we want to have like a squash match or like a breather match in between, we will do that. But so far we're just doing all the divisions and just making it so we do the power rankings basically straight off the bat. So yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn, they are also in with the IC title against Gunther. Eventually they are going to be battling against each other, Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn, along with Kofi Kingston, Ricochet, Bronson Reed and Dominic Mysterio in their league. And then whoever becomes victorious by the end of the month leading up to the first pay-per-view will be the contender against Gunther. And so on with all the other divisions that are coming up. Another match that we will see today is Indy Hartwell versus Nikki Cross. See, that match again is also for a title, and they're in a league along with Liv Morgan, Natalia, Raquel Rodriguez and Becky Lynch to fight for Rhea Ripley's Women's World Championship title, which is crazy. Like that league will be absolutely nuts. Like, all of these leagues that I have like put together, I've based off somewhat realistic, what I think should be realistic. Obviously we're just trying to find out who is, the top of the top. So yeah, and then in the main event we have Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso. So yeah, that's going to be a wild one, I can already tell. So let's get straight into the first match and see who becomes victorious. Okay, so starting off we have the monster of all monsters, Braun Strowman. And he's not actually been in WWE for a while, so you know, this could be his redemption arc and basically boost himself to the top. Yeah, he's looking meaner than ever. Look at that fluffy grizzly beard that he's got going on there. I must say, this game this year is unbelievable, by the way. If you haven't got WWE 2K24, I highly advise you go get it and, you know, just have fun with it, you know, just have fun with it. But yeah, we will definitely see who comes out on top. Let's see who he's against. And it's the big man, Drew McIntyre. Now, if you didn't know, like I was saying earlier on in the video, we have divisions, okay? We have divisions. And Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre are also in with Jey Uso to fight for Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship title. Now, the reason why these two are fighting now, and obviously Uso and Rollins are fighting later on in the night, is because I want the power rankings to be realistic, and obviously these three are the main people that I really want to push for that heavyweight championship title at the minute. But that doesn't mean, like, everyone that's in the roster right now, they all have a chance at becoming champions, but also they're not all designated to be in the roster. So we can bring people in, people may get taken out if they're not, you know, fully used. But let's see what Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman, this is going to be a battle. This is going to be an absolute battle. So let's see what happens and see who comes out on top between Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. Let's get into it. Let's waste no more time. Here we go. We got Braun Strowman lifting him up for, oh, and he just slams him down, and he's just, you know, getting the early offense here, just trying to destroy Drew McIntyre, take the momentum of the fight, and just basically shape his victory and shape his path to becoming champion. Now he's squeezing the head of Drew McIntyre and just slams it into the mat. Drew McIntyre must be fuming right now. He's had no offense in this whole fight so far, and Braun Strowman is just making a meal out of him, absolutely making a meal out of him. It's very expected. I definitely expected this to happen, but obviously Drew McIntyre is a very good fighter as well. So he could turn it all around, you know, he could bring it, and he just clotheslines him out of the ring. Drew McIntyre is trying to get himself correct right now, getting himself back in the ring, but Braun Strowman gives him a dirty right hook, another dirty right hook, and he grabs him, punches him at the top of the head, goes behind him, picks him up for a back suplex onto the mat. Just grab his leg there, just do a leg drop and walks over his chest. He is starting to get a bit of wear and tear on his torso. Braun Strowman showing the goods, but Drew McIntyre coming in now. And a neck breaker on the side of the ring next to the announcer's table. Now that is what you call entertainment. He's just straight up attacking Braun Strowman, showing him what for, and Braun Strowman's like, no, get back in that ring, we are settling this in the squared circle. He starts stepping over the ring. Here we go, he picks him up again. Braun Strowman, he has had a very good start here, and he just snake eyes him, goes in for the pinfall. And here's a kick out in one. Drew McIntyre, if you know Drew McIntyre, he is a fighter where he just doesn't give up. He's in the league of their own, like Kevin Owens, John Cena, all of these people that just prove time and time again that they will never give up on their offense and just straight up never give up in their battles. But Drew McIntyre trying to see if he can find a way back into the match here. He has been dominated slightly at the start of this match, but Braun did get a quick offense on him. Oh, this could be quite crazy. Oh my word, off the top rope. Goes in for the pinfall. His kick out in one. Braun Strowman kicks out in one after he's been dashed off the top rope. Into the... oh my word, and Claymore! Oh my word. He goes in for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Drew McIntyre. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Drew McIntyre is the victor in this battle. That shapes him to push for that World Heavyweight Championship title and see if he can chase down Seth Rollins. Moving on then, we have got our second match of the night, and leading out is Shinsuke Nakamura. Now Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't really been like in and around the WWE scene as I know of recently. To be fair, I've not really been keeping up with it massively, but it just feels like the Bloodline storyline is just taking over and everything's just based around that at the minute. So yeah, but Shinsuke Nakamura, as you can see, he is coming down in a new attire which looks absolutely fresh, by the way. Looks absolutely fresh. So like I was saying at the start of the video, he will be fighting against Sami Zayn in what will be like a league. Everyone will be fighting in like a league up until pay-per-views, and then whoever comes out on top for that month or so will be runner-up and contender for the titles for their given division. Now obviously he's against Sami Zayn tonight, and like I said, he is pushing for the IC title, and let's see if Shinsuke Nakamura can push to get in that title, because it's been a while since we've seen Shinsuke Nakamura with a title. And yeah, let's see if he can get the better of Sami Zayn in this battle. He's just staring down the ramp waiting for Sami Zayn. Here he comes then, Sami Zayn. Now Sami Zayn, ever since he had the battle with Roman Reigns in, I can't remember where it was, but I know it was sometime last year. I think it was Elimination Chamber. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But ever since then, he's been shaping himself to be one of those guys where they will just, be in and around the most decent storylines. For saying they've when people lose to the champion, they normally go off and get into a limelight, and like a small limelight. But Sami Zayn, he's been pushing himself to go in every direction and basically take on every single obstacle that is coming his way. And in tonight Shinsuke Nakamura is just that, another obstacle, and he does do a springboard DDT to start off. Nakamura now putting him into the ropes, side kick to the torso, drops him down. He is begging him to get up. He is up. Sami Zayn throws him into the corner. Okay, he's setting him up in a corner now. Backbreaker straight off the top rope. Oh, he must be telling him something there. Something must have happened in the backstage. Well, the referee calls rope break. And there we go, and he just throws him out of the ring. It's not the first time the announcers have been face to face with people just smothering each other in front of them. So, yeah. Let's see what Sami Zayn can do. As we can see, oh, that is a nasty, nasty submission, but Shinsuke Nakamura ends up getting out of it with an elbow to the face. We did see in the last match, oh, and it looks like Sami Zayn is still telling off Shinsuke. Shinsuke must have really annoyed him, or Sami Zayn is just telling him, look, this is my IC title, this is my fucking battle, and I will push to becoming the Intercontinental Champion, and I will dethrone Gunther. But like I was saying, that last fight, Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre, we've seen Braun Strowman dominate Drew McIntyre from the start, and it looks like the same here again. Sami Zayn is taking offense in this battle. He's taking the offense, and you know, Shinsuke just needs to pick it up. He has just been reversed there. He nearly did a side slam on him. Throws him into the ropes now. Drop kick straight to the bridge of the nose of Shinsuke Nakamura. Now Sami Zayn gets on the middle rope, goes for a splash, lands on his back, goes in for the pinfall. One, and he does kick out in one. Sami Zayn now has mastered the ring, and he is just straight up over the top of him, and he has just straight up haluva kicked him straight into next week. 1, 2, and 3. That is it. Sami Zayn is your victor in this battle. Sami Zayn just absolutely destroyed Shinsuke Nakamura in that battle. So yeah, that's going to give him a really big boost in the divisions. And yeah, the universe mode is only just starting, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get straight into the next battle. Okay, so going into the third match of the night, and it is Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. Now, the Viking Raiders, okay, they are in a league fighting for the Raw Tag Team Championship against Judgment Day. They will, if they successfully beat 4 of the people that are in their division and become top, they will go against Judgment Day at the next pay-per-view, which will be on the 3rd week. Here we go then, and their opponents will be, as you can tell by the pyro and by the film, it's Alpha Academy. Now, Chad Gable and Otis are actually, you wouldn't think it, like, when you look at them you think, oh, okay, they are possibly like a meme, right? Like, their tag team is literally a meme. People meme on this tag team, and some people even agree with me when I'm about to say that these two are actually a solid tag team tag team unit. And yeah, we will see if they can push to become tag team champions. If they can destroy this division and get on top, they will then seal their position to fight against Judgment Day. So yeah, let's get straight into this battle and see what comes of it and who actually takes the win. There we go, Ivar just taking down Otis. Punch to the back of the head. He does grab him there, picks him up, goes in for the suplex. Does tag in Eric now. Eric is in the ring. Otis does pluck him now, and he picks him up, and he's putting all the blood to his head. He's making all the blood rush to his head, and he's squatting while he's picking him up, and now he slams him down straight onto his back. He just picked him up by his neck. That is crazy. He's picked him up off the ground by his neck twice now. That is the second time he's picked him up by his head. And will this be the third? He is picking him up 3 times by the neck and slammed him down with authority. Straight headbutt on the top of the head. Tags in Chad Gable. Chad Gable with a senton kick. I'm just going to call that a senton kick. Probably has a name for it. I don't want to, you know. Oh, and what's it? He tries to go for the shoulder tackle and he completely misses. I think he did get a little bit of the shoulder tackle actually, and I think Eric just straight up just slapped it off like it was absolutely nothing. Eric now top rope does land down, and that was a weird combination by both of them. Looked like a little bit of a botch. Into the ropes now. Chad Gable clashes with him, jumps, knees him in the nose, goes in for the cover. 1, and he does kick out. Eric does kick out. Oh, and a fucking brain buster. Absolute crazy. Here's Chad Gable. Tags in Otis now. Trying to get the momentum flowing in this fucking fight. Eric really needs to get this tag here, but Otis is standing right over him, and he's like, not today, mate. Picks him up. Into the power bomb. Goes in for the cover. 1, and he does kick out Eric. And he does actually just straight up. Oh my word. And a knee to the nose. Otis has just been flashed with a knee to the nose. Eric now tags in Ivar. Ivar coming in to see if he can now change the momentum, and a DDT straight off the bat. Throws him into the ropes, picks him up, and a fucking spinning. Oh my word, and he actually nearly fucking beat him off that. Here we go. Off the middle rope. Axe handle to the back of the head as he come off the middle rope there. Eric coming off the top. There we go, and that's a swanton dive onto him there, and it just looks like a battle of the brutes right now. Face first into the turnbuckle. That's a tag. Eric is in. Straight into the corner. The referee nearly gets swatted by both men. And Ivar just straight up crucifies Otis. Eric Otis rolls out, Eric follows, stalking his prey, chops him, punches him into the announcer table. And Chad Gable just straight up knees Eric in the head, and Eric did not like that one bit. He punches him and drags him into the ring, and he's like, I'm going to take my anger out on you and just destroy you and give you a knee of my own. Otis flings him across the other side of the ring, clothesline. And goes straight into the corner now. Otis looking. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do the splash? And he's missed the splash. Eric goes for the cover, but Chad Gable comes in and he does kick out anyway, but Chad Gable was there just in case. Eric now eyeing down his prey, picks him up, slams him down with a kick to the backside. 1, 2, 3. The Viking Raiders have come away with the victory here, so they will push on for the Raw Tag Team titles. Coming up next, we have Indy Hartwell. Now, Indy Hartwell is a new addition to Raw and the WWE since she made her reign on NXT, and she deserves a push, and it's good to have Indy in Raw. And yeah, we can just see what, you know, we'll just see what she can do in this division and see if she can get her first title under the Raw brand. Now, let's see her opponent. Obviously, I mentioned it earlier. She will be fighting the crazy Nikki Cross. Look at her. Absolutely crazy. Nikki Cross also is in that division with Indy Hartwell to try and push for Rhea Ripley's title, and she really wants it. You can tell by the look in her face. Look how excited but also crazy she looks. Just straight up hammer fisting and slapping the middle of the ring, and now she's giving everyone the crazy eyes and showing everyone just how crazy she actually can be. So yeah, let's get straight into this. Let's waste no more time. Let's get straight into this battle and see who comes out on top. Indy Hartwell in her debut at Raw versus Nikki Cross. Here we go then, straight into the turnbuckle. Just get an elbow and a cross body. Nikki Cross is one of them fighters where she wants to always fight. You know, always fight and just prove she has the strength and the willingness to keep pushing on and becoming the best she possibly can be. And she will turn around and tell you right now that she doesn't want Indy Hartwell to make a name of herself against Nikki Cross. There's no way Nikki Cross would ever like Indy Hartwell to make her name off her. So she's going to try and battle her down and basically, you know, just show Indy Hartwell why you don't step in the ring with Nikki Cross. And it's quite self-explanatory right now. She's just straight up, you know, just all over her. Indy Hartwell though goes in for the clothesline, but Nikki Cross ducks it, throws her into the turnbuckle, punches her, lifts her leg up and kicks the side of her shin. That must hurt the knee, I cannot lie, that must actually really hurt the knee. Goes in for a neck breaker. Goes in for the forearm or elbow drop right there, and Indy Hartwell just straight up dodges it. On the middle rope again, kicks her. That knee must be really hurting now. That's twice she's done that now. Wouldn't be surprised if she's jolted it a little. Nikki Cross. That's a rope break. That is very unfortunate. That could have sealed it, but Nikki Cross is eyeing Indy Hartwell now. She goes in. Oh, and Indy Hartwell rolled up Nikki Cross, but Nikki Cross kicks out. What can Indy Hartwell turn this around? Kick to the back of the spine. Another kick to the spine. You could hear that one echo around the arena. Indy Hartwell now telling her, get up, I need to do this for me and my story. But Nikki's like, no, you can get on that top rope, you can sucker these punches down and you can get out of this fucking ring because this is my ring. She's just staring her down now. Goes to the top rope, goes for the splash. Indy Hartwell is looking very fatigued right now. She is looking very injured. She has got a nasty little bit of head damage here. And I'm sure her torso will be hurting her as well. And that knee as well. That knee must be thrashing after she's, you know, basically jolted it twice. And she goes for the suicide dive, but Nikki just literally not even bothered. She wasn't even bothered about the suicide dive, and she just slowly gets herself in the ring and dodges it, and then headbutts the turnbuckle out of frustration that Indy Hartwell is not in there so she can kick her ass. Indy Hartwell does get in there though. So lock up, goes into the corner. Kick to the spine of her own. Now she's going up top rope. Can she do another splash? She's actually telling her to get up. What's she doing here? Oh, she goes for the double leg drop kick and she completely missed. That must really hurt the back of Nikki Cross. But now Indy Hartwell just straight up slams her down onto the ropes, sends her flying out of the ring. Oh, slamming the back of her head on the concrete. Not even concrete, on the side mats of the ring. Here we go, picks her up on her neck now. What's she going to do? Spins her around, slams her down. Here we go. Oh, and twist of fate. No, I don't even think that was twist of fate, to be honest. Kind of looked like it. I don't really know Nikki's move, so yeah. I'm just going to say, like, I'm going to say that was like cross jacket or something. I'm going to, like, yeah, just say cross jacket for that move. And then Indy Hartwell has actually just been counted out. Nikki Cross going back to showing Indy Hartwell how it's done, and yeah, so Nikki Cross gets the win. But stepping in to the next, we have, see, now, I don't know what to call this team. I've left it called Damage Control, but obviously in real life I'm pretty sure they are called the Kabuki Warriors, and so yeah, they will now be known as Damage Control, just without Io Sky and Bailey, because Io Sky is looking to just push for, you know, her solo title, and maybe later on down the line, if she, you know, if she ends up, you know, failing in her mission to stay champion, then maybe she will revisit the idea of coming back to the Kabuki Warriors. She didn't leave on bad terms. They did understand that she has her own title, and you know, these will push for the tag team titles. They are still very good friends. It just means Io Sky just won't be a part of the tag team of it, and yeah. So now Asuka's partner here now is Dakota Kai, coming down to the ring. So yeah, we will see what happens in this battle. Now Asuka also is one of them where they could go for a solo title. Like, Asuka is one of them fighters. She's a really good fighter. Dakota Kai is relatively new to Raw, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she also came out of NXT not too long ago, so maybe this is a good starting point for Dakota Kai, you know, under the ranks of arguably one of, if not, I'm not going to say the best, because there is other people that are better than Asuka, but yeah, one of the best solo runners in the female division at this time. So yeah, that'll be a very good starting point for Dakota Kai. Now let's go down to their opponents and see who they are actually against. And first, coming up first, I mentioned her earlier, Isla Dawn. Yeah,
from Glasgow, Scotland.
I'm also pretty sure she was also from NXT. I might be wrong. Yeah, just let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, we shall see what the new Damage Control can do against Isla Dawn, and see if, more importantly, let's see Isla Dawn, what she can do against Dakota Kai, because arguably, if I'm correct, they are both from NXT, so technically this should be a very good battle. But yeah, let's move on to Isla Dawn's tag team partner. And there she is, Alba Fire. Alba Fire with Isla Dawn against the new Damage Control.
And from Glasgow, Scotland, Alba Fire.
Well yeah, we will see what happens in the future with Fire and Dawn. We'll see if, you know, if they stick as a tag, if they, you know, go their separate ways. It all just depends on their title run and how, you know, they basically shape themselves, because, you know, they are also very new to Raw, and unlike Dakota Kai, they don't have that, you know, that veteran experience of the ring and someone that's been against people that are top of the top. So yeah, maybe in the future, maybe they find someone to maybe lead the pack, or maybe, you know, they just go their separate ways and, you know, go solo. You know, we don't actually know yet, but we'll find out closer to the next pay-per-view, as this very tournament will decide all of these wrestlers' fate, whether they stick in tag team divisions or if they go solo. So yeah, here comes in Alba Fire now against Asuka, and Asuka drops kicks her, just straight up shows her why you don't just, you know, turn your back and, you know, just let anything really slide against Asuka, really. Like, here comes Dakota Kai then. This is what we've all been waiting for. That is, okay, that's how you know they are very new to the Raw scene, because they botched a move and then Dakota Kai started to celebrate or taunt to the crowd. And yeah, I guess it's just something that Asuka needs to, you know, like teach her and show her the ropes, basically, on what to do. Dakota Kai now with a double foot stomp and a kick to the midsection. She goes to get in Asuka now. I'm pretty sure Asuka will probably just tell her, look, I'll bring you in for a few, but just don't, you know, just basically take notes and learn from what I do in the ring, so then you can become a better wrestler. Here we go, she drags her to the ropes right in front of Isla Dawn as well, and just straight up yanks on her arm that was wrapped around the rope right in front of Isla Dawn. That must have been very, very annoying for Isla Dawn, and she does get tagged in. Dakota Kai gets tagged in. She goes in for the slap. She missed the kick. She does get a few punches. Okay, goes for the... Oh, I thought she was going in for the roll up there, but she just straight up slams her head first. That's crazy. Oh, she goes in for the baseball slide, but she does end up missing Isla Dawn there. There's Isla Dawn straight, just knees her in the back. Now she's taunting at Asuka, like, this is what you are teaching. You are teaching someone to just, you know, lose focus. And this is what happens when you lose focus. Oh my word. And that, she just straight up flew, and now Alba Fire has the bottom of her soul resting on her side of her face. Just a nice cheeky little kick there to the side of Dakota Kai and stomps on her back. But Dakota Kai just straight up kicks her in the mouth and says, no, this is it. But Alba Fire went for a springboard elbow onto Dakota Kai, and she just completely missed. And now Asuka, the veteran of the ring, out of the 4 people that are fighting tonight, will be now on top. Isla Dawn showing her why she don't forget why she's on the side of the ring. She does actually try and get her into the ropes there, but the referee did slow it down. Oh, and Dakota Kai just straight up thumps Alba Fire in the back of the head. There we go, stomp to the arm. Oh, and this is a nasty nasty, nasty little hold that she had her in there. goes in and she does the elbow drop. There's 2, and Alba Fire actually kicks out of that crazy little elbow drop there. She is looking very fatigued right now. She should go in for the tag, but Asuka's taking her the furthest away she can be. Alba Fire's fighting back, picks her up, slams her down. Asuka just straight up no sells it, and a German to a pin. 1, 2, 3, and Asuka just straight up says, no, this is my ring and I will show you how to do it. So yeah, Damage Control picked up the win here. So let's move on to the final match. Okay, here we go then. So like I was mentioned earlier, Seth Rollins is coming out, and he's going to go against Jey Uso. So the reason why I've put Seth Rollins against Jey Uso in the main event is because I've only got 3 people in on this division, and obviously Seth Rollins actually said himself, I want to I want to fight all 3 of my division contenders at any given time during their division run, to not only help with, you know, the evenness of like the wins and losses and stuff, but also so he can also get a feel of his opponents, even though he knows he will win because he's the visionary and he is not scared of anybody. But this is a man that may say different. This is main event Jey Uso but yeah, here he is. He's had a very tough time with his cousin Roman and his brother Jimmy and Solo Sikoa in recent times, and that is why he has basically lifted himself away from the scene of the bloodline and basically just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go solo. And yeah, it has been a hot minute since, you know, he was a part of that faction, and you know, at the minute it looks like the bloodline are still on top, and Jey Uso doesn't want to, you know, live under the shadow of the bloodline. He wants to create a shadow. So yeah, let's get straight into this battle and see who will come victorious, Seth Rollins and Jey Uso, and see if Jey Uso can put one over on Seth Rollins. Here we go then. So the 2 locking arms. He does snake eyes him straight on the top rope. Sends him into the ropes. Ducks. Jumps over him. And a Samoan drop. Oh, 2 and 3 elbows. He nearly went for the Samoan drop again. But he is trying to go for a crossface, and that is not going to work against Jey Uso. Straight into the ropes. Ducks under. He's probably going to jump over again. He does. And another Samoan drop. Jey Uso is now taking control. Elbow drop straight onto the knee of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins with a side kick. Here we go. Goes in and a super kick to the face of Jey Uso, and Jey Uso rolls out to buy some time, but Seth Rollins goes for the suicide dive straight in front of the announcer table here. Corey Graves, Michael Cole and Byron Saxton have just witnessed straight craziness. Here we go. Jey Uso lifts him up on his shoulders, slams his head down straight on the side of the mat, overhands him, kicks him to the midsection, goes for a neck breaker. This is very even so far. This looks like it could be a very good battle. Oh, and that's a nasty super kick. He's showing Seth Rollins why and how to do a super kick. And he comes in with a suicide dive of his own. Now he's going in with the elbow drops. Picks him up. Flings him into the steps. That was a really hard throw, that, because he's ran and flew into those steps. Is he going to do it again? No, he just fell right down. Goes in for a drop. Oh my word, and he plants him down face first. That's 5. Seth does get back in the ring. Jey Uso lifts him up, slams him onto the ropes again, goes in for the pinfall. That will not ever be enough to put down Seth Rollins. Oh, Samoan drop again. Now that's a great way to maneuver the moves. Here we go then. So he's punched him, lifts him, clotheslined him on a putback and a sling blade by fucking Seth Rollins. That was lovely, that. I'm liking the attire colours for Seth Rollins. I like the colour combination. Really nice. Here we go, that's a nice elbow drop to the knee. One, two, and he does kick out. Seth Rollins does kick out after that, and oh my word, he has just busted him open. I think that's the first time someone's been busted open on the night, so yeah. There's a nasty little cut on the side of his head, but he does get his revenge. He is really annoyed at him now. He does go for the splash, and he is now going for the pinfall. Jey Uso kicks out. Oh, Seth Rollins. He knew where Jey Uso was going to go, and now Seth Rollins wants to basically... I thought he was going to go for something else then. He wants to give him payback for busting him open. Now let's see. Oh, he's lining it up. A stomp. by Seth Rollins, and he goes in for the pin. Could this be it? And that is the end of that. Seth Rollins shows Jey Uso why he is the champ. Jey Uso looking a bit battered here. Seth Rollins has snapped. Seth Rollins has snapped. And he's just straight up and attacking Jey Uso. Slamming his head on the side of the ring. What's he going to do now? Throws him into the steel steps. Seth Rollins has just straight up destroyed him. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you have all enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment and a subscribe if you are new around here. And yeah, thank you all for watching episode 1 of the Universe Mode series. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.